The Scream franchise returns. It is one of the most hotly anticipated horror titles of 2022. And I am not a huge Scream franchise fan, but I got a chance to watch it early. And if you want to know how I watched it early, go jump down into the description of the video where I've described in detail of how I get to watch all these movies in advance and left my review even before the US embargo. So let's jump on to the main topic of the video, the Scream movie review. "25 years after a streak of brutal murder shocked a quiet town of Woodsboro, California, a new killer dons the Ghostface mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past." This is the premise of the film, the synopsis. And if you are a Scream fan, I think there are lots of Scream fans out there. I think this movie, I really can't judge if this movie is for you or not. Of course, you have to watch it. You are a Scream franchise fan. And I think Scream is one of the most popular horror films, at least the thriller ones. I'm not talking about paranormal horror, but when it comes to the slasher thrillers, I think Scream is one of the most popular franchises out there along with Halloween. So, as I'm speaking as someone who is not a huge Scream fan, I liked it. Kind of, because I think every Scream fan will like it. Of course, the nostalgia factor is here tight. I cannot judge this movie as a Scream fan because I am not one. And even though I don't care about these characters, at least them coming back does put a smile on my face. And that's all I can say. When it comes to the nostalgia factor of the film, because it really doesn't matter to me aside from this little bit of fun it gives to you. Nostalgia works really well, but I don't know how well it will work here with the Scream fans. There's a new director this time. I think this does feel different because of the new direction it gets. And it's not the director who directed the classic movies. He's not returning back. And so they found a new director. And I think the director does his part in a good way. I enjoyed this film. This is a positive review. But I don't think this movie is like groundbreaking or something. It's just a mediocre horror film that is quite entertaining and has a few surprises here and there for everybody. The direction is, as I said, nothing unique, but good. And I know why the first movies were classic, and this does not have something that can make this a classic movie. It just doesn't. It just feels like it is cashing in on nostalgia, to be honest. But who cares? We got to see them come back, and I think everyone lose a great part on their side. My favorite has always been Courtney Cox, and I think even in this film, she's like one of my favorites in this film too. Out of the newcomers, Jack Quaid is quite really an enjoyable performance, I would say. He does his part the best in terms of the newcomers. The story is also well executed, but as I said, there is nothing groundbreaking in this film that I can really give it a highly positive review. Everything ends on a mediocre note, and the whole story is mediocre. Surprises are good, but not really like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming level good. And even the performances are like, okay, mediocre. I didn't love everyone, and I didn't hate anybody either. So as I said, this movie is just mediocre. That's if I had to define the whole movie in one word, it will be mediocre, because that's what I thought about it, and that's what I'm speaking since in the entire review, because that the movie is mediocre, because that's the only word I can think of that I kept thinking while I was watching the film. As a horror movie, it has a few scares here and there, but most of them are predictable and none of them are jump off seat jump scares. None of them. So as a person who is not a Scream fan, I'm giving this movie a 7.1 out of 10, which is quite good because I'm not a Scream fan, and then also it gets a score above 7. So I don't know how this movie will impact the Scream franchise fans. We'll see, but this is my review for the film. Share your own thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, share and subscribe my channel Film Villa.